Improv Society here. We're going to start with a little poem to someone special who's very, very ill today.
Aww.
So, to Becky, who is supposed to be hosting this show today, we send you this. Where are we starting? I forgot to ask.
I'll start.
Cool.
Today on URN, we are missing Becky's presenting style. Mike is doing his best with what he passes for guile. But here at Improv, we are proud to send our love to Becky while it comes out of both ends.
Oh, God. Oh. Okay, anyone else?
Sorry about that, Becky.
Hey,
Yeah, sorry to Sam as well. He had to listen to that and he had no control. Okay, anyone who's next?
Our dearest darling Becky, more dear to us than our brekkie. Your hair is wild, your manners not so mild. And you know what? I don't mind if you're a Trekkie.
Dear Becky, we're sorry for the times we said your hair was like an octopus, and we sort of miss all the times when you mocked us.
Not cool. Oh, God. Okay. Harry. Was that it?
No, we love you, Becky. You really should know-y, especially when you do your impression of David Bowie.
We miss you, Becky.
Harry, have you got anything to add?
Sure. Becky, whilst you're in bed covered in snot, be happy to hear that we don't love you not.
Lovely. Okay, we'll leave it on that.
Try and work out if that's a compliment or an insult.
It's a double negative, so I think it's a
We're going to play a round now called So Wrong. It's actually correct.
Clever avoiding of the copyright infringement there.
Indeed. Okay, so I want each of the contestants to come up with their worst idea for a young adult's novel. Young adult novels are huge business nowadays. Stephanie Meyer, the writer of Twilight, earns more in a day than the entire Greek state. So it's really, if we can come up with one as Improv Society, we can ensure that we remain at the Edinburgh Fringe for the next 10 years. No pressure, guys. Has anyone got any ideas?
Right, so wizards are in, and so is apparently archery.
Mm-hmm.
So, Barry Archer, the Wizard of Nottingham. I'm just saying,
Right.
for tie-in value, Barry Archer, because Archer and Nottingham, Archer, Wizard. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I think that works.
Okay, what's the title for this book?
Barry Archer and the Thinker's Boulder.
And is it enough to make into a series and can be made into...
Oh, yes, Barry Archer and the Inmate of Penshurst. Barry Archer and the Cup of Warm Milk. I think it can all work.
It sounds quite... It doesn't sound too risque, you know, the whole, you know, young adult novels, you know, they sort of arise a lot of tension between the characters in a quite racy method, but then never actually go the distance.
Well,
It's
his young companion, Hermione Granger,
yes.
who there's sort of a tension between them, but it just never goes anywhere because they're both 13.
Oh, okay. That sounds great, yeah. Anyone else got their suggestions? Yes? Okay.
Go ahead, Harry.
Off we go, Harry.
Werewolves are quite popular at the moment.
They are.
I've got a book about a werewolf, a young teenage man who's he's just come through puberty, so he's in a rough time, and he plays basketball when he's a human, and then he goes out on killing sprees during the night.
I'm pretty sure there's a TV series.
Yes, there is. There is a movie and then a later TV series.
What? Being Teen Human Wolf.
Yes.
No, this is completely different. Anyway, so he's living the dream, and then unfortunately he gets hit by a bus. Oh no! And so he becomes a paraplegic and he can't play basketball anymore. And also, when he transforms into a werewolf, he's like a lame wolf. So, and he has to like get into one of those little harnesses with the wheels at the back, and then he can run around and scurry around like that and bite people's faces off.
Well, that sounds horrific. But at least it will be, for the sake of this game, that's very good. So, well done on being so horrible. You had something to say, Ben?
I was just wondering if his disability aid sort of transformed with him, so he didn't even have to change.
He's got a werewolf wheelchair as well, so it transforms into
Anything with a wear-chair is the greatest concept for a book ever. You've got a lot to live up to, Dan and Terry. What are your suggestions?
Seeing as vampires are, quite the thing, I was, how about vampires at uni? That's right, it's a series of books, surrounding vampires. They've got over the most trying ages that are puberty, and now they just worry about, their coursework and their dissertations. It's all orientated around being a respectable, contributing member of the vampire community. They do have to stick together, after all, with the humans being out to get them. And a lot of the places they like to frequent, like, the sea, clubs in and around their university campus, and a lot of their wild parties.
I can see where you got the inspiration from vampires at uni, because anyone who goes to Holwood these days during these exam periods will see a lot of pasty-faced, wide-eyed people.
Don't look at my eyes.
Yeah. Who have avoided sunlight for some time. Okay, Dan.
Right, well, okay, werewolves and vampires and wizards, that's all very well, but they've been done. We need to take our book in a new direction. We need to find something that's not been done before. So, bearing that in mind, snails. Simon is half man, half snail.
Does he have a shell?
Yes, he has a shell. But the thing is, when he falls in love... He falls in love with Alice, who is an entirely human woman, and she has to come to appreciate him for what he is and draw him out of his shell. The symbolism is rampant all the way through, and it's a heart-wrenching story of a man growing up and moving up the evolutionary ladder.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Home is always with you, snail boy.
Unfortunately, yes. It's a slow read.
Really drags along.
Yeah, okay. Right. Well, Harry gets the point for the worst idea, because it really was just terrifying.
The witch.
But Dan's going to get a point for giving me such happiness for that brief period of time. I did love all the ideas, though, so a point to everyone for that. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.